Guys, it is Kieran from Red Devil Weekly to give my brief pre-match thoughts ahead of United's trip to Nottingham tomorrow. Nottingham Forest, that is, of course. 5:30 kickoff Saturday. So looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. As you can tell, I've got a bit of a different mic setup than I usually do. Just testing out this new mic I got. Santa brought it for me, would you believe? So thank you to him and all his elves in Lapland for that. But please do leave your thoughts on the new mic, how it sounds, and also your thoughts and predictions ahead of our trip to Nottingham in the comment section down below. I really enjoy interacting with you guys there. And also feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well, of course, if you are new. But let's get straight into it. As I said, don't want to keep you here too long. It is the festive season after all. But let's talk a little bit about Nottingham Forest, who in recent weeks have had a bit of a tumultuous time, a bit of an interesting time. A time of change really there. Steve Cooper gone. He was sacked after his 2-0 defeat against Spurs. And maybe that bodes well for us. Obviously, the fact that it's a Big Six club beating Forest at home. Hopefully we can repeat what Spurs did there, and obviously Spurs aren't in the best of form right now, so maybe there's hope for us. But we're focusing on Nottingham here, and Cooper, I think there was a lot of rumours circulating around that he was going to get the sack, or at least he was close to the sack, so it wasn't necessarily a surprising one. But the job that he's done at Nottingham Forest, bringing them up from the Championship, the football they played in the Championship, and what he was able to do, keeping them in the Premier League the first season he did. Some would say it's a little bit harsh, and you know what? He's done a stellar job for them. And obviously, Nuno's come in, former Spurs manager, former Wolves manager has come in, former Porto goalkeeper, if you know, you know. So, yeah, it's an interesting time for Nottingham Forest fans. However, one thing they do have is a lot of quality. We saw that in their last game against Newcastle, 3-1 victory at St James's Park, which I can tell you not many people are going to be able to say they got 3 points at St James's Park, and they fully deserved it as well. A clinical 3 points, 3-1 win. Alanga as well, former United player, getting 2 assists in that one. Chris Wood scoring a hat-trick. I didn't think I'd be saying that in this preview, but Chris Wood is on fire going into this game. A hat-trick. He loves playing against Newcastle, actually, former Newcastle player himself, but loves playing against Newcastle. But they do seem like a team that are going to sit back and look to counter, and they have got a weapons, as I said, Alanga, Chris Wood, Gibbs White as well has been decent so far. Someone who really can create, can create and cause problems. Kind of a number 10, if you will, but someone that makes life difficult for the midfielders, always running, and also has a little bit of quality on him. So, they've got offensive weapons, and it's something that we've got to deal with. Defensively, they're fairly sound as well. I think since Nuno's come in, obviously they had that 3 points, in their last game. They did lose 3-2 to Bournemouth, actually. They did have a man sent off, Willy Bolly, which was pretty shocking decision, really, in my opinion, for that second yellow card. But they did lose that game, but I feel like now, under Nuno, they're going to be a bit more resilient. If they're going to be anything like we saw when he had his Wolves side, and if they're going to play similar football to that, they're going to be very resilient, very difficult to break down, and look to be clinical on the break. But yeah, looking at their form, 16th, 4 wins, 5 draws, 10 losses. Obviously not great form if you're a Nottingham Forest fan, but that's what led to Cooper's sack, and ultimately they've got a new manager in and new hope at the City Ground, which is great for them, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out for them this season. But not so great for us, new manager bounce and all that. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a big atmosphere as well at the City Ground. And even though we got our 3-2 win against Aston Villa, coming from 2 goals down, we're a little bit susceptible to crumbling under the pressure of an away crowd. Just look at our last away game to West Ham, 2-0 defeat, if you need reminding. So yeah, we talked a little bit about Nottingham Forest. They're going to be a big threat in this game. Let's go through my predicted 11 for this one then, from Manchester United point of view. And I've gone with pretty well the same 11 that started the game against Aston Villa. Ten Hag's press conference was today, and he basically said that the squad was going to be pretty much the same, with some players coming back after injury, coming back from injury after in the new year, so in January, that sort of time, which is great news. We need as many players back as possible. We saw obviously Mason Mount back on the training pitch, which is really good to see. Obviously Martinez did that interview, so listen, if we can get a win in this game and go into the new year with a little bit of a spring in our step, players coming back as well, maybe that could be the catalyst to build some much needed momentum because we haven't had much of that this season. So I've gone with Nana, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Evans and Dallo, Mainu, Ericsson, Fernandes, who, you know what, I thought that midfield three was excellent against Aston Villa. Yes, we were 2-0 down at half time, but actually overall I thought our performance from the midfield was really, really solid. Rashford, Garnacho, Højlund, Garnacho coming off the game with 2 goals, and the man of the match in my eyes as well. I think he did get the man of the match. And obviously Rasmus Højlund getting his first Premier League goal. Finally, he breaks his duck, and it was a winner as well. So happy for him. Hopefully, London buses. They'll start to come like London buses now, and we'll start to see the Rasmus Højlund we thought we bought for 75 million quid. And of course, Marcus Rashford, who, you know what? I actually thought he looked quite good in the game. Yes, he didn't get a goal, but he did get the assist for Garnacho's first goal, and he looked threatening throughout. So hopefully we see more of that confident Rashford in this one. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on my predicted 11 in the comment section down below. And finally, I'm going to give you my final score prediction of 2023. What a year it's been. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'm hoping more than anything really that win, that feeling that we got at the end of that game, being 2-0 down against Aston Villa, who right now, rightly or wrongly, were in the title race. They're right up there with all the other teams and flying this season. We got the 3 points, came from 2-0 down, and yes, defensively, and of course the goalkeeper still looking a little bit shaky, so I do think we'll concede. But hopefully we see a bit more of a resilient mentality. We just see a bit more of a spirit in that team and a bit more of a confidence, because that's something that we've been lacking massively this season. So I'm going with 2-1. I think Højlund and Garnacho will get the goals once again, and we go into 2024 with a little bit of optimism. So optimistic Kieran's talking here, maybe not realistic Kieran. So let's see. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully we get the 3 points and we can end what has been an up and down year, to say the least, on a good note. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I probably won't see you until the new year, so wherever you are, hope you have a great New Year's, and hopefully 2024 is good and prosperous for you and your family and friends. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.